we're citizen of any of these 4 African countries, there's good news for you. Good news. Especially if you are that citizen who is frustrated by life in living in these 4 African countries, and you want to leave, and you have the requisite qualification to leave this or these 4 African countries. If you have the requisite qualification to leave these 4 African countries, there's amazing news. So recently, Japan has announced a package for 4 African countries. 4 African countries. Guess the countries. There are 2 countries in West Africa, and the rest are in other parts of Africa. I think East Africa. Yeah, East Africa and other parts of Africa. So Japan has announced a very, very good package for citizens of these 4 countries. Hooray! Anyway, if you don't have the qualification and you are living in any of these 4 African countries, you still cannot travel to Japan. Japan has a program that they host for some leaders from some selected African countries. They do it every year. The name of the program is TICAD. So there was one that was organized recently for some African leaders, and presidents from these selected African countries traveled to Japan to participate in the TICAD 9. Yeah, the meaning of the TICAD is Tokyo International Conference for African Development. That's the TICAD. This is the 9th edition that was held in Yokohama in Japan. The president of Ghana, for instance, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, traveled to Japan to participate in this particular event, and he even met the Japanese Prime Minister and a number of investors, including Japanese companies and all that. So he came. That's a conversation that we'll have on another day. Anyways, so doing this, in the movie they call it a spin-off, or the sidelines of this TICAD event, the forum. The Japanese government has announced a policy to allow citizens from 4 different African countries who are willing to relocate and work in Japan to travel and come to Japan. You know, such an amazing news. Anyway, the countries are, number 1, Ghana. So if you're a citizen of Ghana, you know, Ghanaians are very, very popular in Japan. Any time you meet a Japanese and then they ask you where you are from and you say you are from Ghana, immediately say, cocoa, chocolate. Because actually, if you go to any convenience shop in Japan, there's a brand of chocolate that is sold in convenience shop in Japan that has the name Ghana, right? So because they buy their cocoa from Ghana, the chocolate is manufactured by a company called Lotte Ghana. So they manufacture the cocoa, so they produce it, and then the name of the chocolate is called Ghana. It's sold across. It is sold across various convenience shops in Japan. So Ghana is one of these countries that has been given this special permission through this new immigration policy that has been introduced by Japan. Number 2, Nigeria, Naija. So citizens from Nigeria to relocate to Japan and work. Naija is also part of these 4 African countries that have been given this special opportunity by the government of Japan to travel here and then work. I'll tell you, the story actually has a lot of details. So we are building up. Then Tanzania. You know, Tanzania has become very, very popular on the internet in recent times for a number of reasons. So Tanzania is also part of the countries that have been selected. And then the last but not the least country is Mozambique. So the country of Mozambique, their citizens can actually travel to Japan and then they work. Now, the unique thing that the government of Japan has done with this system that so the amazing thing that the government of Japan through this immigration policy has done is that they've dedicated 4 different cities in Japan to these 4 African countries. So these are the cities that has been dedicated as hometowns for these 4 African countries. Work with me. Let's take you through the cities. So number 1 is Nigeria, because Nigeria is the most populous nation on the African continent by in terms of their population, in terms of a lot of things. They are the giants of Africa. Yeah, that's Nigeria. So if you are from Nigeria and you are interested in relocating to Japan and working here in Japan, your city that has been dedicated to you is called Kizarazu City. It is in Chiba. Chiba, that's the Chiba prefecture for Japan. So all Nigerian citizens, if you come to Japan and you have come here to relocate, not for visit, to relocate and work, the city that the Japanese government has dedicated to Nigerian citizens is called the Kisarazu City in Chiba. So that's our Nigerian brothers. So number 2 is the Tanzanian national. So if you are a national of Tanzania and you are willing to relocate from your country to Japan and then work, hometown that you have also been given by the government of Japan through this new immigration policy is called Nagai. So there are a lot of Nagai. So there's a Nagai in Osaka, close to Abeno. Nagai in Japanese simply means long, something that is long, right? So Nagai, Yamagata prefecture for Tanzania nationals. Then we come to the nationals of Ghana or the citizens of Ghana who qualify under this new scheme and want to move to Japan. So Ghana is in Sanjo City. Sanjo City is in the Niigata prefecture. So Ghanaian nationals who want to relocate from Accra, Kumasi, Sunyani, Tamale, Konongo, whichever part, Brekum, whichever part that you are in Ghana, you want to relocate to Japan. The hometown for Ghanaian nationals in Japan is called Sanjo City. Sanjo City in Niigata. And then the last but not the least is citizens of Mozambique. The dedicated hometown that the Japanese government, through this new immigration policy, has introduced and is labeling it a hometown for Mozambicans is called Imabari in Iheme. Imabari in Iheme. So these are the 4 cities that has been dedicated as hometowns for Africans who are willing to relocate to Japan and then work. And they are from these four specific African countries: Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, and Mozambique. And the cities are Kizarazu City for Nigerians, Sanjo City for Ghanaians, and then Nagai in Yamagata for Tanzanians, and then the last but not the least, Imabari in Iheme for Mozambicans. Now, you are listening to this of information and you want to find out what is the procedure. So let me read the program. I'm reading the whole line. So under the program, Kizarazu in Chiba will serve as the hometown for Nigerians, Nagai in Yamagata for Tanzanians, Sanjo in Niigata for Ghanaians, and Ibarari in Iheme for Mozambicans. The arrangement includes special visa category for skilled professionals and blue-collar workers. The arrangement includes special visa categories for skilled professionals and blue-collar workers seeking to upskill, offering Africans structured pathway for work and training in Japan. So Japan has done an amazing job by focusing their attention on these 4 African countries, namely Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, and Mozambique, and citizens of these 4 countries who have the requisite skill and desire to relocate to Japan and work can go through the system and apply, and then if they qualify, they will be granted a visa to relocate to these 4 hometowns. I go over the hometowns for you again. The hometowns are Sanjo City for Ghanaians, Kizarazu City for Nigerians, Imabari in Iheme for Mozambicans, and the last one is Nagai in Yamagata Prefecture for Tanzanians. So these are the 4 hometowns that has been given to these 4 citizens. Of course, there are procedures. So I'm sure in due course, the Japanese immigration will give more details about how the procedure for applying for these special category visas for citizens of these 4 African countries. So that's a piece of an amazing news. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share, so that citizens in Nigeria, citizens in Ghana, Tanzania, and Mozambique who want to come to Japan to relocate and work can also get the opportunity to move out of Africa. Stay blessed.